Hyvää päivää ja tervetuloa Biopaavoon. Mun nimi on Annemari Sinikorpi ja työskentelen JAMKin biotalousinstituutissa viestintävastaavana ja meillä on täällä käynnistymässä juuri aquaponista vesiviljelyä tämmöinen webinaari, joka on aluksi hiukan suomeksi ja sitten enemmän englanniksi. So, welcome to Biopaavo, which is a bioeconomy business accelerator center in Saarijärvi, and it is run by JAMK University of Applied Sciences Institute of Bioeconomy. And at the moment, we are about to begin a webinar about indoor aquaponics farming. My name is Annemari Sinikorpi, and I am communications coordinator working in the Institute of Bioeconomy. And beside me is Faiqa Atique, who is researcher within this project, and I will give her the opportunity to tell a lot a bit later. Vieressäni on Faiqa, joka on tutkijana tässä hankkeessa, josta kohta kuullaan hiukan lisää. Mutta otetaan tähän alkuun lyhyt video siitä, mistä tässä on kysymys aquaponisessa vesiviljelyssä. Ja video on suomeksi, joten suomenkieliset kuulijat saavat siitä hyvin käsityksen. We will shortly watch a video right now about indoor aquaponics farming. The video is in Finnish, so our Finnish-speaking audience get a glimpse of what this is all about, and then we will start the conversation with Faiqa in English. But first, we will watch the video. Just a moment.
No niin, tervetuloa tutustumaan tänne Biotalousinstituutin Indoor Aquaponics Development projektin toimintaan. Olen Riipisen Pekka ja toimin tässä hankkeessa projektipäällikkönä. Tämä 2-vuotinen hankehan on saanut rahoituksensa Euroopan meri- ja kalatalousrahastolta ja nimensä mukaisesti tässä hankkeessa on tarkoitus kehittää aquaponista viljelyä, joka yhdistää kalojen ja kasvien kasvatuksen samassa kierrossa. Tavoitteena meillä on selvittää menetelmän liiketoimintamahdollisuuksia ja skaalautuvuutta isompaan mittakaavaan. Tässä projektissa meillä on käytössä 6 erillistä viljelyjärjestelmää, joiden avulla voimme testata erilaisten tekijöiden vaikutusta lopputulokseen. Toivomme toki löytävämme mahdollisimman optimaaliset olosuhteet niin kasvien kuin kalojenkin kannalta. Lähdetäänpä katsomaan, mitä tuolla sisällä näyttää. Pääpiirteissään tämä menetelmä perustuu siis suljettuun vesikiertoon, eli sama vesi kiertää järjestelmässä jatkuvasti. Tavalliseen kalojen kiertovesikasvatukseen lisänä tässä on se, että kasvit hyödyntävät vedessä olevia ravinteita, jotka pääosin ovat peräisin kalojen ulosteesta. Tärkeimpiä komponentteja tässä ovat kala-allas, 2 erilaista suodatinta sekä kasvipeti. Pumpun avulla vesi sitten kiertää jatkuvasti järjestelmässä. Jos ajatellaan aquaponisen viljelyn mahdollisuuksia ja hyötyjä, niin kuten tiedetään, maailmalla ruoan tarve tulee lisääntymään tulevaisuudesta valtavasti. Samalla kalaruoan rooli todennäköisesti nousee entisestään. Tähän kasvavaan kysyntään ei kuitenkaan pystytä vastaamaan pelkällä kalastuksella, ja jo nyt on paikoin liikakalastusta. Eli viljelyn kalan osuus tulee nousemaan entisestään. Tämän aquaponisen viljelyn hyötyjä ja vahvuuksia ovat se, että tämä viljelymenetelmä kuormittaa suljetun vesikiertonsa vuoksi vähemmän ympäristöä. Toisaalta ravinnerikkaan veden hyödyntäminen kasvien kasvatuksessa lisää tämän menetelmän resurssitehokkuutta. Tämä onkin oiva esimerkki ravinteiden kierrätyksestä ja kiertotaloudesta.
Siinä oli lyhyt johdanto siihen, mistä tänään keskustellaan enemmän. That was a brief introduction for what we are going to discuss today. There is online Pekka, who was the sound and who was presenting in the video. So if you have questions for Pekka, you can ask them later on. But now we are going to discuss with Faiqa about this whole thing. But first, Faiqa, please tell me something about you.
Okay, so thank you very much for inviting me first. And I work as a project specialist in YAMC, and also I am a researcher, PhD student in University of Jyväskylä. So mainly in YAMC, I work with the aquaponic farming, that is mostly work related to food sustainability, environmental pollution, and aquaponic farming.
Okay, but what is aquaponics and how does the system work? Because I don't know and understand the system at all.
Okay, yeah, so aquaponic is a combination of two techniques. So hydroponic and recirculating aquaculture. Hydroponic is a farming system where we can grow the plants without the soil. So it is soil-less production of plants where we use another media, any inert media, and we can use water and give nutrients in water to plants. So the plants can absorb the nutrients from the water and they can grow. And recirculating aquaculture is another system where we can produce the fish. So in this system, we recycle the water and we can produce fish. But when we talk about aquaponic, it means we combine these two techniques. So we combine in a way that fish is growing and fish is producing waste, but we do not put that waste to environment. And then we utilize that waste to produce the plants. So in that way, we combine two systems, and these two systems work together to make one technique. So this is what we call aquaponic.
Sounds really interesting and really great. I'm really keen on to hearing more, but how did you get involved in aquaponics?
Actually, I would say my educational background brings me in this field. So I have two master degrees. First, I did my master's in botany, so I learned more about plants growing techniques and stuff like that. And then I wanted to do something for the pollution control for the water and sustainability. Yes. And then I did another master's in aquatics, where I learned more about fish farming, and I did some project with the plants production and sustainability and environment. So I combine all of my educational background and experience, and then I started to work on this aquaponic topic, and I started to work it in 2016, and then gradually I keep developing this, and still now I'm doing a PhD in this.
So yes, so you are now researching aquaponics in a project of YAMC University of Applied Sciences. Why is it important to research within aquaponics? Because you, like you said, you have been doing it and getting involved in aquaponics for several years now. So it must be for you really important thing to do the research.
Yeah, this is really important because it have various sections. For example, in agriculture, we grow plants and then there is agriculture pollution. So there are a lot of chemical use. We use antibiotics or pesticide, weedicide. So that is a pollution. And other than that, we don't have so much land to fulfill the world's food requirement. So we need to switch to the system where we can make it more efficient food production. So in that way, I wanted to do something that we can grow better food. And one system was hydroponic, and then other system like RAS. So I wanted to combine both of them to make it. So there are, this is sustainable food production method, and then environmentally friendly. So this was very much interesting for me, that we are using the waste material from the fish, and also the plants are not producing that pollution that usually in the agriculture. And then it's land efficient, and then it's fast, and then it can be indoor. We can manage the environmental condition indoor, and then we don't have to deal with the environmental hazards. So in many ways, it was very interesting and productive, but there are so many challenges, so we have to solve those. So I thought it's really better that I work gradually, and then I get more and more interested. I know now this is the open question, I need to solve this. So I wanted to research. Then I start my PhD to develop this technique.
Okay. Sounds really interesting, and sounds like that there are really a lot of open questions for you to do the research within.
Yeah.
So you said that you started within aquaponics in 2016, but this project is not that old. So how long have you been working with this project? And can you tell something about the main findings?
Yeah, of course. Okay, so at the end of 2016, I started to work because I wanted to research. I wanted to do PhD. So I was working on my research plan and also in some sustainable fish project. And later then I got a chance to work in Yamk. So when this project first time was starting in the Yamk, and I got involved in the project, and then we did 2-year project, and we tested several herbs with the fish in one system. And it was not too big system, it was one system. So it was sort of our test facility, but I also collected data to write a publication for my PhD later on. And then results were really promising, that plants were growing good, fish were happy. But then there are a lot of things that how we manage the fish and plants need together. So I wanted to multiply the system because it was very small system, one system. And then based on my knowledge, and I learned more engineering sides of this aquaponic aquaculture, and then I started the new project in Yamk again, and that was this project in Tarwala. And in this project, as in the picture you can see in the video, now it's quite big. It's a 6 system. First we had only 1 system, and then in the summer I was working to build all this facility. So it was really hard working, but I'm glad that we had really good result. And it looks really good, and it's working really good. And then I did one project, one experiment recently, and collected my data for the second publication. And the results are really good, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds very interesting, but it seems that, are you able to tell any of the results yet, or should we wait?
Something like I can say, but we learned that the herbs are really good to grow in this system, and then we can manage the system. There are different ways to manage. Maybe it will be too much detail if I explain. And I tried both system, one kind of system in previous project, and this kind of system I'm trying another version of the system. But we managed in our projects to run both kind of system, and then we also managed to grow plants and fish. And fish growth is really good, but still we have further things that we need to solve.
Yeah.
And for that, I'm doing another experiment.
Okay.
Coming soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coming soon, not to a theatre near you, but anyway, somehow.
Yeah.
Good to hear. So, you mentioned that fish, you have been growing fish, and did you say herbs also?
Yeah.
What kind of plants and fish you have been testing?
Yeah, I tried coriander, mint, basil, and lettuce, green lettuce, red lettuce, and then...
Have you tasted them?
Yeah, I tasted them. And then, yeah, radish. Actually, in last project, we have given our products to restaurants, and they were happy with the taste. Yeah. They said it's quite strong taste, and then I gave the also to our colleagues. It was good response.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
in this project, I am mostly focusing on fish.
Yes.
And I have given fish to some people, but let's see how the response comes.
What kind of fish have you been?
Rainbow trout.
Okay.
I tried rainbow trout. I would like to try other fish also, but it also depends upon the market. In Finland, we don't have market for warm water fish. So probably something from the cold water fish.
Okay, but what kind of fish and plants can be used in this kind of?
Yeah, actually, there are a lot of fish varieties and plants that we can do because, like I said, recirculating aquaculture system. In that system, we can produce the fish. All fish that can be produced there can be produced here also. And the plants that can be produced in hydroponic, we can produce in this system. But the most important thing is how we manage them together because they have different needs.
Yes.
So this is the challenging part. Because of this, we can limit, okay, I cannot manage this in my system, so I would not go for that. But we have research to do more and more, how we manage more things.
Yeah. Which fish to combine with which plants?
Yeah, this is really important because
Okay.
in this system, there are 3 compartments, fish, plants, and microorganisms.
Okay.
If there is anything that is suffering, other system will go not grow.
Yes.
So if the fish is not growing, plant will be affected. So it's a compromise between. So it depends upon how good you have your system. If you have that good system that you can maintain all environmental conditions, maybe you can produce more variety. But it depends upon your system also and your management techniques also. So it's so much to do. It's like you have different field in this technology, like from the plants, from the fish, and from the microorganism, then from engineering. So there are so many things combined in this field. And if you fail to manage your system, maybe your product is not of that quality that you can sell it.
Yes. Well, we are coming to this interesting question about business.
Yeah.
What do you think about this aquaponics business? Can it be successful? Because you said that you gave some of the plants to restaurants or so, and they were quite pleased.
Yeah, actually, this product is really exciting, good. But when we launch something new, it have a lot of challenges. People like that, okay, this is really good, this is environmental friendly, it is sustainable. But when we put the price high, they don't want to pay.
Yes, that is definitely a problem if the system, if the costs are so high that you cannot sell the products within a price people are willing to pay.
Yeah, and this technique is quite expensive because we have to manage all things artificially, indoor.
Yes.
This is indoor farming.
Yes.
And that's why it will become expensive. And if we don't get that from the customer, it's really challenging to run the business.
Do you have any answers about how the business could be profitable? How can it be managed?
First thing, we do marketing and we tell to people that it's really good if you put little more money, we save environment.
So we are not talking about big sums of money. We are talking about some percent or some 10%.
Yeah, but it also depends upon your production targets. If you have low production target, for example, in a smaller city, then maybe it's easier to manage. But still, then it's difficult. We don't know how much people are going to buy this. So you can reduce your cost in different way. For example, traveling distance by not making your system so fancy. Maybe you have to do more work by yourself, not machine will do everything. So there are options to do it, but it depends upon what is your target.
Yes.
So what you want to sell, who is the customer, and where are you? It depends upon awareness also. So if the people have this awareness and they have this a good feeling about this product, then they can. But I can say that some people are even afraid to try new things. They don't want to try it.
Yeah, they are afraid.
Yeah, but some people are really happy to know about
Yes.
this.
Yes. Because when you told about this, mentioned these restaurants, I had a vision that there will be restaurants that grow fish and plants inside the restaurant. Do you see this kind of
Yeah,
idea possible?
we thought about this also, but it can be some fashionable trend for them.
Yes.
But it cannot probably make a big farm. It can be just a decoration for them.
Decoration, and for some,
Attractions.
yes,
Yeah.
some customers who are willing to pay for the specific fish
Yeah.
and the specific plants.
They want that, okay, we grow it and we take it in.
Yes,
But then
it's
it's
really
a lot
fresh
of
food.
management work for those people who are managing this, because it's not like you just leave everything. You
Yes,
have to take
you
care.
have to know what to do.
Yeah.
How to take care of the plants and
Yeah.
the fish and the microorganisms and
Yeah.
machinery and
Yeah, so
everything
they
like
need
that.
some knowledge and training about that also.
So your research is actually, is it targeted more to the people who are interested in farming and then selling the products to shops or directly to customers?
For me, my research is mostly I'm trying to solve the challenges within the system first, because it's difficult to make commercial setup for this.
Yes.
So there can be failure in the system. So I'm trying to do something that within the system we have this kind of setup that we try to save the cost, or we try to efficient our system.
Yes.
By using different technologies. And then I can say that I can go toward the business. Currently, more things are about, because this project is sort of combination of research and business in YAMK and University of Jyväskylä.
Yes.
So I work in both sides.
Yes.
So it's like I tried to do something with University of Jyväskylä to solve the technique.
Yes.
But in the YAMK side, mostly it's from the business perspective.
Yes.
And
That's a very interesting combination, because
Yeah.
The research side is, well, it's not always so common with, or doesn't come in connection with the marketing or business side. So
Yeah.
it's very important.
It's
very
very
interesting,
important.
and that this project combines them both.
yeah, and for business people, it's really important because in aquaponic, in the word we have example, the failure example, and they are because people are very overconfident. They think I can do that. They start as a hobby and they want to start a business.
Yes.
But it's not only this. When you grow more densities of fish, when you grow your business, then you need more expertise.
Yes.
And this is why it's really important to solve the problem scientifically, or
Yes.
within the system, in the technology. And then you learn those, and then you run the business.
Yes.
And then marketing side come after that.
Okay.
If you
Yeah.
run the system first.
Yes, of course, you have to have a working system
Yeah.
before you go and go marketing your products.
Yeah.
That's quite understandable.
But then after that, it's really interesting to have a marketing research on this also. And I think so in YAMK, this is the site that we check how it goes.
Yes. So what kind of products, actual products, can be produced here? If we think, if I understand correctly, this is quite far thinking, within a few years, maybe we are in a situation that there really are products
Yeah.
to be produced in this system.
Yeah, it mostly depends what I want to produce, what is trend, what people want to eat. So it also depends upon the length of the cycle of the fish and plant. So how long you want to spend your time to get your first product. But then
Yes.
it can come quickly.
Yes.
So most of things we can produce many things if we are able to manage them environmental condition together, and then we can produce. Otherwise, if you fail to manage your environmental condition for all the organisms, then it's not possible. So I can say if I know the market in this town, then I can select what I can choose based on my knowledge that can go together, and it can benefit me, because choosing wrong thing make very big differences.
And you won't be able to get any profit
Yeah. Yeah.
if you choose wrong
Yeah.
product. So to put it short, are you able to tell within, after your research is done, or at some point, that you are able to tell that combine this fish with these plants and these microorganisms using this kind of technique, and you will get a working system within 6 months?
Yeah, I think so, because it depends upon your knowledge, experience. So I have experience with now many plants, but I will be doing more experience, and then combined from my experience with the botany and from the fish. So I think so I can be able in future, hopefully.
So if there is someone they're interested in this kind of business, just ask Faiqa at some point what to do and how to do it. Great. Then in Finland we have this thing called winter.
Yeah. Long winter.
What about this this system? Can it be working in Finnish weather, or are there any weather conditions that danger the system or whatever?
Yeah. So because in Finland we have very long winter, so it's not possible to do it outdoor. This is why this project is indoor aquaponic farming. But there can be outdoor farming also, or there can be hybrid. Maybe we do something out, something in. But in Finland we cannot think to do anything outdoor.
Yes.
So it also, because the weather is challenging here, and the weather condition can be managed, but they can be costly. For example, if you do it outdoor, it's not probably that much costly as indoor. But on the other side, we have drawbacks for both type of things, inside and outside. Maybe outdoor environmental factors can be very much fluctuating.
Yes.
And there can be any environmental hazards or something. So it can affect your system. But when you choose to do your farming, first thing is what kind of place you are choosing. And so you do your research and how you want to produce, what you want to produce. Is this place is okay or not? And then you go further about that. So I can say that indoor farming can be managed. It's not like it cannot be managed as I'm doing, but compared to the outdoor farming, maybe we have some more things to manage indoor. We don't have sun inside.
Yeah.
So, and also it depends, like in Finland, we cannot think that sun will be coming in 10 months. We don't have option.
Yes. What about other parts of the world? Do you see that this system could be a big important part of solving the food problem within those kind of parts of the world that don't have, like water enough?
Yeah, to some extent it is, but then it's the same thing how you are managing your system and what is the quality of the product. And if you are still recycling all of your water, or you are still not recycling it all. So it depends upon how you are managing your system. But of course, this can be one solution for the sustainable food production, local food production.
Yes.
And yeah.
Do you see any business-related ideas from this point of view? Like in Finland, we have high quality in education and technology and so on. So could there be a possibility that in Finland, some people start to build up this kind of systems and export them including education probably also?
I think so education can be good possibility.
Yes.
But currently Finland is not doing this research so much. Maybe the other countries are doing
Ahead.
already
Okay.
within Europe. So it will be maybe in some year, but at this point it's difficult to say. But of course, this can be managed. But the most important thing can be that we don't take the fish from Norway. We take our own fish.
Our own fish. Yes.
It's more exciting like that also
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Growing food locally.
Yeah.
That's also very important. But what kind of plans do you have for the future?
I am planning next experiment.
Okay, and that will be like what kind of experiment? Can you tell?
Yeah, I might change the fish, but it depends again what kind of plants I'm doing. At the moment, I am doing some statistical analysis for the previous experiment, and then after that, I can be sure that what I need to do for the next. But hopefully, that's something exciting, and we'll have some solution for this technology. And I will talk about that in the next webinar.
Okay, great. We are going to hear more results later on. Great. This is a promise. I will remember this.
Okay.
Please.
I can play the video. So this video is from my PhD work. And let's see.
Thank you, Faiqa. That was very interesting. Also, the video to see what it is. Does it look like in Satapan unit? Do you have anything you want to add at this point?
I would just like to say to people that we should care about environment and we should promote these kind of products. So that's really good product if they need to be daring to try something new.
Yes, that's a very good message to us all. So thank you, Faiqa, a lot to you, and best of luck within your research.
Thank you.
And we are waiting for the next results and our next webinar, whenever it will be, hopefully quite soon.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you
and
very much.
Thank you all.